Hello again, guys, and welcome to another happy Land Rover video. So, bit of a miserable day out here, so we thought we'd go and look at the sunroofs quickly. They've clearly leaked in the past, maybe they still do, I don't know. They're holding a little bit of water and a bit of silicone here, so what I'm going to do today is clear all this silicone out, see if we can open them up and see what the problem is. The usual cause is the drains. On these, where the rubber pipes tend to connect to the sunroof itself, there's a little plastic box, I suppose, and the silicone there tends to fail, and they leak from there. I didn't see any, I don't know if you can see at the back there, just behind the fork truck, I didn't see any water marks or water damage on the inside of the roof covering there, but there was drips that were on the seat when I left this out, and the culprit was the drains. But I'm just wondering whether this was sealed up just because of the drains, or whether the seal that goes around the glass has failed as well. If it has, it's no big deal. You can buy repair kits now, and I really want to get these sunroofs working because I think it'll be quite a good part of the Land Rover. So, lighting's pretty terrible in here, but let's see if I can move out a little bit. So, there's the sunroof, the headlining is off, and this is where the drain is. There's one each side. Oh, focus. There's one each side, and yeah, your drain pipe goes down your A-pillar and rots out the bottom of your A-pillar. This is a plastic sort of box that catches the water from the drip trays. This is silicone here, and the silicone fails, and this is damp. So this needs to all come off, and we'll be replacing that with Tiger Seal or something like that. Same on the other side. I don't know if that one's leaking or not, but I'm going to rip the silicone off and replace it with Tiger Seal as well. Yeah, a pro tip from somebody on one of these Land Rover forums on Facebook was, yeah, follow your drain pipe right down to your A-pillar, which is sort of stuck in, well, it's in the back there, and basically extend the pipe so that it comes out the bottom of your A-pillar. Now, obviously all your A-pillars, B-pillars, blah, 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 they've got a hole at the bottom of them to drain. Mine is slightly bigger hole than it should be because of the rust there, but if you extend the pipe down through that, join another bit of pipe to it and extend it down there, that basically solves the issue of your A-pillars rotting out, basically. It's the same deal if I run over here with the back. So you've got your back sunroof here, and you can see your drains that run down each corner, run along the back here, and down to your D-pillars. Now you'll see it here because I've removed this quarter panel. So yeah, when it rains it just pisses out, and it's just hitting against all this the whole time. That's full of shit, it's full of mud, and that rots out your cross member, basically. So same deal with these, just get your bit of pipe and extend it, either jam something on the inside or the outside and extend it down further. That way you're going to save yourself a lot of grief, especially when you're up in Caithness and it rains 90% of the time. So less talking, more doing, and let's get to it. Right, let's see if the sunroofs are going to do anything. I've got the switchgear here. I'm just going to plug it in and we'll see what happens. Well, not a lot, sadly. There is clicking. But no movement. So we're just going to investigate it further. Hopefully maybe a fuse blown or the things have been disconnected, but we'll take a look. Another option might be these motors themselves. A lot of places, forums and things, say that they can seize up if they're not used regularly, basically like everything else on this Land Rover. The ECU itself we know is working. It's switching fine for front and back. So what we can do now, I think, is disconnect the motor, see if we can crank it by hand. And take the motors away and see if we can crack them open, clean them out, re-grease them and see what happens. So first thing we've got to do then is remove these 1, 2, 3 machine screws, and they are Torx. I believe they are T whatever this is it written on here? T20. Okay, so they're T20, and you'll also get a Allen key, which is 4mm. 4mm Allen key will also fit in the drive mechanism here, and you can give that a twiddle. Now that's completely locked up, but that would originally be the hand crank there. You can see it's keyed on the outside. So we'll take this motor off first. What we can do is check the motor itself once we take it off by switching the sunroof on and off, back and forth, to see if the motor turns freely without the mechanism of the sunroof on. If that's the case, then that's great. The motor's not at fault, it's the mechanism of the sunroof. If the motor still doesn't turn, then we know it's a problem with the motor, and same deal with the sunroof. We'll crank it once this is free and see if we can get that moving as well. So we definitely had ourselves a stuck motor. So it's a little worm drive here at the end of the motor, and that turns worm gear inside there, which would slowly turn this, which has a sensor on it which turns around and stops when it thinks the sunroof is open or closed. This gear here at the top then would turn another worm drive, which would then work the mechanism of the sunroof. So yeah, this took a bit of effort to come out. As you can see, it's all dried up and rusted. So we're going to see if this will start turning freely, give it a clean up, see if this turns. If this turns fine, we'll start on the gearing and see if that's going to turn. So folks, this is it all apart again. The motor now works fine, and the mechanism works fine, but however the gearbox here, if I can just get it one-handed, it seems to be very sticky. You can wind it with your hand just about. It seems to be getting more and more sticky the more I turn it. So I'm worried that if I move it anymore, it's going to be a case of maybe a stripped gear or something. I'm going to take this home and see if I can strip this gearing apart and see if there's anything I can do. I mean, I've tried penetrating fluid, I've tried grease, and nothing seems to be shifting it or making it any better. But the motor does work and the mechanism does work. I opened it a little bit just to remove the rubber seal around the sunroof, which I'm going to clean out and put back in. It all seems fine, so fingers crossed we should have a perfectly good sealed sunroof by the end of it. Okay, so we've got this thing laid out just on the back of the fork truck here at work, and what we've figured out, as I was saying a second ago, is the motor works fine. That's all nice and free. That turns brown, and the sunroof mechanism itself works fine, but it is this gearing here. Now, if you see inside this red disc here, is what's called planetary gears. If you don't know what planetary gears are, look up planetary gears. I can't open this to show you, it's a sort of sealed unit. So as the motor is turning this, you'll see the gear here will turn at the same rate as what my hand is turning the Allen key, but if you notice, the red plate here is turning at a different speed, and that's what's happening here. It's planetary gears, and this is what's really sticky. And you also notice when I turn it, the red disc isn't consistently turning. So it's turning a little bit, then it's notchy. You can see it'll move a little bit and it'll stop. It'll move a little bit and it'll stop. Now, that's the problem I think is in here. This is I think this is a sealed unit. I don't think I can get into this. It seems to be riveted together. 4 or 5 rivets there, and I can't get this off. I've tried penetrating fluid, like I said, and everything else, but it just won't free off. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do now with this. I might see if I can get a small gear puller, and if I can pull this gear off, we might be able to get something in. I might maybe even try drilling a little hole in this so I can get some penetrating fluid in, see if that makes a difference. Failing that, we might have to either buy another motor mechanism that we know works, or buy ourselves a hand crank mechanism, which ultimately won't fail on us because we've always got our arms, right? So there's not a lot I can do with this now. It's getting a bit late. I need to put the sunroof rubber back on the sunroof and clean all that up, and try and get this Land Rover back out before the weather gets any worse. So that's all I've got for you guys today. If you've been watching this video and all the other videos I've been doing, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We always like people subscribing. And yeah, until the next video then, we will see you again.